Hey, what's up, guys? Happy New Year. Hope you had a fun, safe New Year's Eve. We are going to be breaking down the NBA slate for Wednesday, January 1st, 2025, first NBA slate of the year. We have 8 games, and yeah, I mean, the slates have all been 6 to 8 games lately. Nothing like too exciting, but I think coming into the weekend, hopefully around Flex Friday, we'll get into some like heavier slates with a little bit more value. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, drop us a comment if you have any questions, and don't forget to like the video. It's the best way to support the channel. We've got 4 plays for you today. Before we get into all that, though, we just want to shout out our partners over at Better, Underdog, and Parlay Play. If you use code BACKDOOR on any of those platforms, they're going to hook you up. Parlay Play is going to give you a 100% deposit match up to $100, plus a $5 promo slip, and we're going to throw in 30 days in our premium Discord if you make sure to use code BACKDOOR. Sometimes stuff happens and you're signing up and you make your deposit and you did not put the code in. If that happens, we can't give you the month in the Discord. So make sure you're double checking, putting that code in, and just email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com and we will get you hooked up for a free month in the Discord as soon as we confirm. It usually takes less than 24 hours for us to confirm with Parlay Play that your code was used. They just give us a list every day. And then for Better, you'll get a $200 deposit match plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. Just make sure you use code BACKDOOR. They'll hook you up. And then Underdog is going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick to help you cash your first slip. I got to say, Underdog just constantly killing it. Like the upgrades that they keep making to Underdog are so awesome. They've got streaks, they've got plays as low as $1. They're constantly running boosts and discounts, but just the actual platform itself, they've cleaned it up so much. There's a ton of alt lines, and I love that you can, like every now and again, I'll just make like a YOLO that's like 175x and I'll throw $1 on it and I'll be like, it's not like I'm breaking the bank, but I'm just like putting $1 or $2 on some YOLOs. But Underdog just gives you so many options with the alt lines now. So shout out to Underdog. They've been killing it. Use code BACKDOOR and they will hook you up as well. So we got to talk about the plays from yesterday. My plays tanked. I'm sorry, guys. They just, I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. Those plays did not turn out well. Jordy got the sweep. I dropped the ball. I'm going to try to do better today. Let's talk about it. Why don't you talk about the plays that actually hit for you, Jordy?
Yeah, so I took Chris Middleton over 23.5/24.5 PRA. He went for, I think, 28 or 29, so he cashed. And then we also took Jarrett Allen's first half PRA. Like I said, that's been a wagon this year. I think he's hit it like 24 out of 32 games or something. But he hit it again last night. He went for like 23 in the first half. So if you took his full PRA at 23.5, surely he probably cashed that. I just took first half everything, but I think his full PRA surely cashed. He only needed one more for the entire game. So
good Lord. Yeah, man. Wow. So I took Max Christie, and I was thinking D'Lo's out. He's been put into the starting lineup. This is a really low line, and half that narrative played out. At least he got 28 minutes, but he scored 5 points, got 1 rebound and 2 assists. So he let us down. He only took 6 shots. He went 2 of 6. My God, freaking Reeves has just been launched into stardom here. 38 minutes, goes for 35 points, 9 rebounds and 10 assists, 11 of 20. So that was a missed opportunity for sure. And then Derek Jones Jr., man, it's tough. I'm going to actually pull up this box score real quick.
yeah, it was a blowout.
Yeah, it's like they got absolutely blown out, but yeah, he played 21 minutes, went 2 of 5 from the field, 6 points, 2 rebounds. And I was actually kind of thinking, because this line was so low, I was kind of thinking like at the half, I'm like, okay, we can still get this done. But they both ended with 8. Took Derek Jones Jr. over 11.5. He ended with 8. Max Christie over 12.5. He ended with 8. So My apologies, guys.
They didn't let Derek Jones play any fourth quarter minutes either, which was really weird, I thought, because a lot of the starters were still out there, and then I think the starters only played 2 minutes in the fourth, and then they just pulled everybody out.
Yeah, Derek Jones Jr. is kind of one of those players, in my opinion, where you just kind of have to get through the weird stage and force him to, you got to get more production out of him, because I believe in his talent. Super athletic, and I just think that it's one of those things where you almost kind of have to force the issue a little bit and let him get into a groove. But if it's every other game, he's not really, touching the ball that much, getting very involved. I mean, the Clippers have to figure something out. They're just, I don't know if they're going to start going into tanking mode, but when you're losing 122 to 86 to the Spurs, I know the Spurs are better this year, but they've just got some stuff to figure out, as do a lot of teams in the NBA this year. But let's talk about the plays that we're getting into today. I'm trying to dial in more because I don't like putting out two plays and then both busting. That's not what I'm here to do. I want to help you guys cash. So let's get it. So my plays today, bear with me. I'm going with Tristan da Silva. I know he's not another big name, but I like his PRA over 19.5. I'm getting this on all four platforms, and I'll explain why, but I like him to get this done against Detroit. And then Russell Westbrook, my favorite is his 5.5 rebounds. I think he's, we know how capable he is. I'll break this down, but 5.5 rebounds is my favorite. Let me see what we had. So we're getting that on Underdog. Parlay play does not have the rebounds at 5.5. So I was going with Russell Westbrook's 18.5 points rebounds. If you wanted to, I'll talk about pivots for that in a minute. Oh, they have wait, what? Oh, no, this is Tristan da Silva. Okay, never mind. So for now, I'll break this down when I'm breaking down the plays. But for now, I'm rolling with on parlay play 18.5 points rebounds for Russell Westbrook, and then Tristan da Silva 19.5 PRA. We're getting that line. So what are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm going with Josh Hart for over 1.5 free throws made, and then I'm taking Colin Sexton for over 1.5 3-pointers made.
Okay, I like that Sexton play. In particular, I think Patty B shouted that out a couple days ago too. Is it at 1.5 you're getting it?
Yep.
Yeah, that dude, that's a low line for him.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's start breaking it down. Tristan da Silva, this guy's been a little bit volatile, but he's actually been working his way into a more prominent role with Franz Wagner out. And the matchup is not that scary. It's a little bit tough on the scoring side of things against Detroit, but yeah, 10th in points allowed to small forwards, 21st in rebounds allowed, 21st in assists allowed. Excuse me. If we take a look at this over under, it's closer than you would think. They're not expecting it to be super high scoring. 213 is the point total that they're predicting, and they're expecting Detroit to win this by 2, playing in Detroit. So should be a close game. I think that Tristan da Silva will be able to. Honestly, if you're watching these games, he's kind of got a little bit of Franz Wagner vibe going when he's been facilitating. This last game against Brooklyn, he went for 21 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Did not show out against New York. That was a tough one, 108 to 85. But if you look back, this is another tough team, Miami. They're playing good ball right now. He went for 18 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. And then against Boston on December 23rd, 18 points, 3 rebounds, no assists, but I think we can get over this 19.5 line against Detroit tonight. And you can see a correlation here on these games that he's actually clearing this. He's getting over that, at least that 35-minute mark. 35.6 against Boston, he goes for 21. 38.8 against Miami, he goes for 26. And then 34.6 minutes against Brooklyn last game, he goes for 34. And that was his best looking game yet. Obviously, I forgot to mention, but we're talking about Tristan da Silva, who's the small forward for the Orlando Magic, and he's been getting more of an opportunity since Franz Wagner's been out. So I like him to go over this 19.5 tonight. I was a little bit nervous, being fully transparent. He hasn't looked good on the road yet, so keep that in mind. 5 straight bust games on the road. So those were somewhat tough matchups. 1 against Milwaukee, 2 against Philly, 1 against New York, 1 against Brooklyn. But But the most recent road game was on December 10th. Since then, he's really been kind of putting things together and starting to find his place in this offense. So this 5-game stretch looks much better, where he cleared it against Boston, Miami, and Brooklyn. I apologize if my voice is kind of gross today, guys. I'm just about over everything. So we do have a note. The Outliers just pointing out that he has not done good on the road. Down here, he's failed to exceed 15 of his last 19 games. But we know that part of that note is this is what Outliers talking about. Going to be completely honest with you guys. Like, hey, just so you know, this is that he hasn't hit this that often. Yeah, but part of this is because he's just getting into rhythm here now that they're trusting him a little bit more to maybe fill that Franz Wagner role. So let's actually take a look here and take Franz out of the equation and see what that looks like. See, that's not nearly as big of a sample size of games. So you can see these are the games since Franz has been out, and it's been kind of like, okay, he had a little spike here, sort of a little bit volatile, but now it looks like we're getting a little bit of consistency here, a little trend there. So I'm rolling with it. I feel good about this. That last game, he actually looked really good. It was kind of surprising because I believe he's a rookie, if I'm not mistaken. And he's not playing like a rookie. He's actually jumping into this role and filling these shoes pretty decent for Orlando right now with Franz out. So let's take a look at the injury report real quick. Paolo Banchero still out, obviously, which is a bummer. Dude was balling. Anthony Black, game time decision. Jalen Suggs, game time decision. Franz out. Mo Wagner out. Man, they've just been getting like beat up. It's unfortunate because they were looking great to start the year. Maybe they can keep it together though until their guys get healthy. Cade Cunningham, also a game time decision. So something to keep in mind. Left knee, he's dealing with a left knee injury. So let's take a look at Daily Grind. I'm just going to update this real quick because it's been a little bit. So they don't like his points assists as the top play. They have that as his under. They like his points to go over 12.5. They have that at a 51.64% odds to hit the over, -125. They don't like the PRA. They think that's probably just a little expensive at 19.5. They have it just barely favored to the under at a 50.6% odds to hit the under, -122. So go with your gut, guys. If you don't like this, they do just barely like his fantasy score to go over. Let's take a peek at this real quick. So we'll check blocks and steals if we're considering fantasy score. And yeah, if we zoom into these 5 games that we've been talking about, he has been turning things up a little bit with the defensive, like blocks and steals, which is worth 3 points each. A block, a steal for fantasy score on these platforms is worth 3 points each. So that's why sometimes there's a little bit of advantage, but you always want to match that. You want to compare that to the turnovers, like the defensive scoring versus turnovers. And yeah, this makes me not interested in the fantasy score alone because his last 3 games, he had 4 turnovers against Miami, 4 turnovers against the Knicks, and then 2 against Brooklyn. So to me, I would rather just go with the PRA over the fantasy score because the turnovers, you get -1 point for every turnover. So 4 of those is going to put you in the negative, even if he does get a block or a steal. So I'm going to be sticking with the PRA, but go with your gut. I just came off of a bust. My plays were bust, so I don't blame you if you are a little bit apprehensive. But I'm feeling good about Tristan da Silva, and I think he's going to get me back in the green here. All right, Russell Westbrook. I was looking at his PRA on platforms where I can't get just the rebounds. But the main thing I want is just these rebounds. He's, especially over this 5-game stretch, he just went for 9 against Detroit, 10 against Utah. 10 against Utah is actually pretty impressive. I know Utah isn't like a contender, but they're actually pretty tough to get rebounds on. I've noticed because I'll be like matching up plays that I like, and then it's just teams actually kind of struggle. I think it has something to do with the pace of play, but they're not an easy team to stack up a bunch of boards against. So he had 10 against Utah, 9 against Detroit, and then he popped off and got 6 against Phoenix. This other game was against Phoenix too, and he missed it by 1. So we have that line at 5.5. So we got 3 cashes out of the last 5 games, 1 missed by 1, 1 missed by 2. And that was against Cleveland, another tough matchup for rebounding. So his minutes, you can see, have been steadily going up. The lowest was this 24.8 minutes that he played against Phoenix. on December 23rd, but this has been like a steady incline. So to me, that makes me a little bit less worried about some dramatic drop off in minutes where it's like, oh, we only played 18 minutes tonight. It's like, no, we've got like consistency in this trend. So averaging 28.9 minutes per game, just 2.6 fouls, not getting in foul trouble, but we have 9.8 rebound chances per game over this 5-game stretch. We also have Aaron Gordon out tonight. So Aaron Gordon is out, and that's the only significant injury for the Nuggets. On the Hawks side of things, we have a lot of question marks. Bogdanovic, game time decision. Dyson Daniels, game time decision. Trae Young, game time decision. It's hard to know. We don't have any, like sometimes Outlier will give us like a little clickable option where you can see more details, but it's hard to know. This could be just another night of the NBA, just listing guys are out that are, or listing guys that have a chance to miss that aren't actually going to miss. And then you also have a couple of these could be guys that actually miss the game or get their minutes limited. So just a little note there, because that will change the matchup a little bit. Let's see what they've got this for an over under. See what Vegas thinks is going to be happening tonight. 247. So super high. They're expecting a lot of points. 247 over under, and Denver favored by just 6. So they're expecting relatively close game. Playing in Denver, no Aaron Gordon. Russ is coming off that game where he went for 2 games where he went for 9 rebounds, 10 rebounds. So I'm just going 5.5 rebounds. I might actually see if there's a demon for this. If I can get like a demon for like 6.5, 7.5, I'll probably throw that into a slip as well. Let's take a look on Daily Grind. They like his points assists the best. Oh wait, this is set to better. My bad. Let me just put him in. I mean, we're getting that line on better too, so wouldn't make that big of a difference, but let's see. So for Prize Picks, they like his assists over 7. He did just pop off for 10 assists. He's been dealing. So his PRA looks good to me too. But yeah, they like him over 7 assists better than the rebounds. They've got that at a 52.85% odds to hit the over, -131. And I mean, every other platform has his assists at 7.5. Prize Picks is giving it to you at 7, which is a pretty big value. But these rebounds are what's popping off to me. 5.5, they like that to go over. 52.6% odds to hit the over, -129. And everyone that's got this at 5.5 has it pretty heavily favored to the over. They also like his points assists, like we talked about. It's at 20.5 on Prize Picks, but they still like that to go over. His rebounds and assists, relatively juiced to the over. They have it at a 51.17% odds to hit the over. So long story short, they're feeling good about Russell Westbrook tonight on most of his categories. They don't like his fantasy score, a little inflated. But other than that, just about everything is favored to go over. Even his full PRA at 26.5, they like that to go over. I'm just going rebounds, 5.5. But you have plenty of options here if you want to pivot. If you guys want to check out this app Outlier, you can try it for free. It's a killer tool, and they're a partner of ours, so they're letting all of our viewers give it a shot for a week. You can break down all these different statistical categories. You can go into each position and see specifically how those matchups look. And you can look for a soft spot like this rebounding against the Hawks on the power forward position is a little bit juicier than like the shooting guard, small forward, and so on. But it's a really killer tool. They give you injury reports and they give you these insights about the players. Just little notes on plays that they think, based on the data, look good to go over or under. And then they'll point you in the direction of that prop on that platform. So you can go straight over there and they'll lock it in for you. All you have to do is just sign up through the Outlier link below. You don't have to put in a code, just sign up through that link and they're going to give you a week to check it out, see how you like it. All right, Jordy.
All right. Yeah. So to get into mine here, I've got this Josh Hart free throws over 1.5 to start me out. I like this line a lot. He hasn't hit it as much this year as he, was at the end of last year, but it's still looking pretty good. 17 out of 32 games is really solid. He's hit it in the last 2 head-to-heads against Utah. They're 14th in free throws allowed, so they are fouling quite a bit. He's playing a ton of minutes too. I mean, he's playing about 40 minutes a game. He's always like one of their highest minute players. And the last 2 matchups, he's played 42 and 41 minutes. So the odds of him getting fouled in 42 minutes are really, really high, especially the way he plays. He plays down low. He's getting rebounds. He's putting the ball back. There's a lot of reasons he can get this done. if you look at his last 5 games here, he's gone for 4, 3, 8, 3, and 5 free throws. And against really good defensive teams too. Not Washington, obviously, but Orlando, San Antonio, Toronto. All those teams are kind of putting it together defensively a little bit. But I really do like this play. So, over the last 10, he's hit it 7 out of his last 10, 10 out of his last 20, but 5 straight over the last 5. So I do like this a lot. Gonna be taking this over on Daily Grind. It's just 50-50 both ways, 128 both sides of the coin. So if you don't like it, you don't have to take it, but I really do like it. So gonna be going with that. Obviously this game probably has a massive over-under swing in favor of Utah. I don't have it pulled up right now. But I'm assuming that, to the Knicks rather. I'm assuming the Knicks, it's probably like a 15-point favorite because there's going to be blowout potential, I'm sure, in this game. So be a little careful. 12.5. Okay, yeah. So big over/under spread there in favor of the Knicks. So next up, in the same game, I've got Hart and Sexton for over 1.5 threes. This has been a wagon of a play for a while. I've taken it a lot. I know a lot of people have been shouting it out in the Discord and in the comments, and it is a good play. He's gone over this in 18 out of 31 games. Over the last 5 games, though, he's really been on a hot streak with this. He's getting a lot of minutes now. He's getting about 31 minutes a game. He's shooting 6.4 3-point attempts. He's shooting 37%. So that is plenty. The last game, he had 6 attempts. He only made 1 against Denver. They're a really tough team to shoot on. But, he has hit this quite a bit over the last 20 games here. 13 out of his last 20 games in the head-to-head. He's hit it in every single head-to-head against the Knicks. Last time he played the Knicks, he had 6 3-pointers. So like Russo was saying with his play, if there's a demon for this, I would absolutely be willing to bump this up to 2.5. Yeah, there is one, 2.5. So I'd be willing to take that as well because he just went for 6 the last time they played. So it looks good to me. So coming into a new year, hopefully he can get this money for us. But let's take a look at what it is on Daily Grind here. So his top over is actually his free throws at 2.5. They like his free throws at a -143. So if you guys want to lock that in, go for it. The 3-pointers are favored to go over at -124. He is aggressive, so I could see him getting fouled. I'll show you guys the free throws really quick in case you want to take a look at that. So yeah, he's definitely gone over this a lot. 16 out of 31 games, so he's hit the threes 1 more game than the free throws. But he's an aggressive player, so I could see that narrative playing out too. But the Knicks are really clean when it comes to not fouling. They're only 5th in free throws allowed. So maybe if he runs into Cat a couple times, he'll foul him. But other than that, I really like this 1.5 3-pointers. That's the play I'm sticking with. So it says he's exceeded 1.5 3-pointers in 5 of the last 6 games on the road. So he's playing great on the road too, hitting this a lot. So I like it. So that's going to be what I'm rolling with. If you guys want to check out this optimizer from Daily Grind, definitely go check it out. Excuse me. They will give you a 25% discount for as long as you want to lock it in for your very first purchase. So if you use code BACKDOOR, they'll give you that 25% discount over here on Daily Grind. So go to dgfantasy.com and use code BACKDOOR for that deal. And then Chalkboard is another DFS platform that we like to play a lot. It is really good. It's hard to find good odds on platforms, but Prize Picks, Chalkboard, and Underdog I feel like have really good odds. So that's my 3 favorite platforms to play on. Chalkboard, if you go over there and use code BACKDOOR, they will give you 100% match up to $100. They run like 6 specials a day minimum, and it's just really fun to play over there with how you can bump the alt lines up and down. So definitely go check them out. They're a lot of fun for football too. They have a lot of unique like parlay style plays over there, so go check them out. But that's going to cover it all for me, and I will pass it back to Russo.
All right. Well, if you guys want to come join our Discord, you can take advantage of that parlay play promo, and just make sure you use the code. Otherwise, you don't get the free month. It's that simple. Just make sure you put the code in, and email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com, and we will get you hooked up. If you want to just jump right in, you can go straight over to Patreon, and we use that to manage our subscriptions. So sign up through Patreon, and Then once you're signed up, you go into the settings, and then there's a connected apps option in the menu bar, and then you can log into Discord from Patreon. It's really simple to do. It's $12.99 a month. We brought the price down a little under 50 cents a day, so very affordable. But come join our community, and yeah, we'd love to have you. If you want to follow us on our socials, it's just at BackdoorFS on TikTok, Instagram, X, and we also have our personal socials listed below too if you want to follow us individually. But we appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's get back in the green. Hope you had a really good New Year's Eve. Hope you had a safe, fun time. I stayed home. My wife and I started watching the new Squid Game, and it was kind of fun. Like, not gonna lie, I think they're doing a good job with the new Squid Game so far. So yeah, had a good time. Just ate a little bit too much junk food is all. But anyways, guys, have a great night. Enjoy this slate. We'll catch you in the next one.
Good luck, guys.